I'm pissed at you, and I'm pissed at you.
Welcome to Life's Little Arguments. We're Kent and Annie. We're married, parents, navigating real life just like everyone else.
Sometimes we talk about communication, sometimes it's marriage, parenting, or the everyday moments that shape our relationships. And yes, sometimes it's the arguments that pop up along the way.
After a lot of conversations, some light, some uncomfortable, we've learned this. It's not the arguments that matter most. It's how you listen, how you repair, and how you choose each other again and again.
This podcast isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, growing together, and talking through life, one conversation at a time.
Like that? What? Do you want to explain?
Well, I will say I was happy initially because I knew that if I was involved in the first, I'm pissed at you, that somebody else also pissed you off. So I was happy that I wasn't the only one. But you have always done this thing in your dreams where you'll, and I think we've talked about that before, but very, very rarely have you talked out loud. And you did last night.
Yeah.
And it was this high pitch. I don't know how to explain it other than it was high pitched, but it was, I'm pissed at you and I'm pissed at you too. I can't remember if you said, and I'm pissed at you, or if I'm pissed at you too. But anyhow, it was clearly to two people. And then I was waiting because I was like, okay, am I going to have to wake her up like I normally do when you do your screaming stuff? And it just kind of went. And then I think I started laughing to myself, and I was like, what did you just say? And you even said to me, you were like, I was wondering if you were going to say something about it. And then I just got tickled. I mean, because then it was just like I was laughing, and then you started laughing, and then you know how I get once I get tickled. But so I didn't know what happened. I knew
you also didn't even ask.
Well, I didn't want to know at that time. I was going back to sleep. I could care less at 4:00 in the morning what the pissed off was actually about. And I figured if you remembered it, the next morning, you would tell me about it. So
yeah.
So what happened? First of all, was it me?
It was not you.
Oh yes.
Shocker.
That's a win.
It was actually three people that I was pissed at, and I don't remember all the details, and nobody cares anyway. But
But you like to give them.
Okay. Excuse me. It's in my human design. I am a storyteller.
Yes, you are.
I'm not a great storyteller, though, is the problem. So where was I? It comes down to these, I suppose, police officers were like obtaining, is that the right word? They were detaining me.
Okay.
Basically wouldn't let me get back in my car and drive and go, making me call somebody to come get me, which was fine. I didn't really care about that. But they made me get out of the car, and they got in it, so they were suspecting me of something. I don't know what was going on. And the guy got in the passenger side, and I'm standing there by the passenger side door, and he's laying the seat back, and I'm like, it doesn't go back that far. He's like, yeah, it can go back that far. I'm like, no, it doesn't go back that far.
Was this your car?
It was supposed to be, I think.
Okay. I meant that. Yeah, I was wondering about that. We know what that means.
So help me if
he's going to go downstairs and ring the doorbell.
So I'm like, it doesn't go back that far. Well, he keeps laying it back, and he goes all the way back. And so he starts pulling it up, and as he is pulling it up, it is covered in red clay and rocks. This was like a brand new vehicle. And so I was pissed, and I was screaming that I was pissed. And it was three of them. And I said, I'm pissed at you. And then I apparently turned to the other set too. And that's when I woke up and I was like, I'm pissed at you and I'm pissed at you.
Yeah.
And of course I was awake at that point.
I always wish I could record those things, especially when you do your screaming, which again, you used to do it pretty frequently. You don't do it that much anymore, or I've just gotten so used to reaching over and waking you up pretty quickly. But I think having the dogs probably in there's helped settle that down quite a bit too. So
I was proud of myself in this dream. Like when I woke up, I was like, oh, good for you. Like actually standing up for you, because typically like I'm not confrontational. I'm not going to probably say what I really want to say. I'm definitely not going to probably speak my mind in that opinion. But in that dream I did. So I felt like that was a breakthrough. Like I was very proud of myself for that.
And it's funny you say that, because this is not confrontational, but Annie and I we were like, let's meet for lunch. So we were going to go over to Black Barley. By the way, they're closed on Mondays. Didn't realize that. And then I was like, well, what about the Woodlands? And we've eaten there a couple times, whatever. They typically have stuff I like. And I was like, well, I think they've got a burger now. They just like one burger, the whatever the week or whatever it was called. And so we walked in there, and I told the lady, I said, let's just see if she wants something. And she looks at the menu, and I said, do you see anything? And you were like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to eat here.
I don't want to eat here.
And nothing. Listen, nothing against Woodlands. It's just there's just nothing that she likes there.
I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm not a bagel eater.
Yeah.
I'm not really a sandwich.
Not a wrap. You don't like wraps. You don't like sandwiches.
Yeah,
So anyhow,
it's not really my things.
So anyhow, we were leaving, and I was like, "What? Who is this? And what did you do with my wife?" I was like, "I was proud of you."
Because normally I would be like, "Okay, Kent wants to eat here. It's fine. I'll make it work. I'll get something. It's no big deal." And that's normally how I operate. I feel like majority of the time, like if it's like you want to do it, I'm like, sure, let's do it, whether I want to do it or not.
Unless it's sex.
Correct, unless it's sex. I have a hard no on that one. And
she doesn't have a hard no. It's
not hard.
I just have to push through it a little bit.
If hard, push through.
Okay,
like I'm
yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
my God. And so no, I was like,
what did you tell me I was? What did you say the other day? You know this is assault, right? I was like, I hadn't heard you say no.
Okay,
right,
we cannot
sorry.
go into that conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, I was proud of myself for apparently standing up for myself.
So
or at
I'll
least
just go there
voicing
when I'm
my
meeting
opinion.
with clients or meeting with other people. And
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just not Annie, but
Not me. I mean, it's cute. I'll go in there, and I have gone there and gotten like, I don't know, during the summertime, like
Yeah.
gotten a drink, a Coke, or
Yeah.
what, something from there, and
I
then
love
go
it. People
to their
love it. I
upstairs
mean, every
area.
time I go there, and plus they're dog friendly upstairs. I don't know if they are downstairs. We never tried that, but anyhow, super cool place.
Yeah. So, yeah, it is what it is. Can we talk about this skyscraper guy?
I feel like I lost 10 years of my life. watching
Absolutely.
it. And
Absolutely. If my hair was turning more gray as
Yeah.
the hour went on.
First of all, I'm glad we saw it. Ty, which is on my friend group, he'd said something about it earlier in the day, and I saw it on Netflix, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I was like, I'm really glad we tuned into it because, I mean, you were absolutely dialed in for an hour and a half. You had no choice but to be dialed in. And it was cool to see how many people were watching it because everyone's commenting on it, posting and all that stuff. But I'm scared of heights. I mean, you know that. I've gotten better at it. But my hands, when I tell you, my hands were absolutely dripping with sweat. And
Tensed.
my balls were tingling the
Oh,
whole
wow.
time. I don't know.
That
It's
Sorry, y'all.
It's weird to explain.
I couldn't stop that one from happening.
Yeah, she tried. She was like, "I know it's coming. You're tense. You're tense. You're tense." No, but like, I guess it's like in your stomach. But girls don't have balls, so it's like the whole
do
area.
not.
That whole area is just like tense or I don't know how to explain it. But for an hour and a half.
Are you trying to explain to us women what it feels like to have balls? Is that what's going on right
No,
now?
I'm trying to explain to you when my stomach feels tingly, like when you're scared of heights, like if you're on a ride or something.
Right.
But it goes down to my balls, is what I'm telling you.
Oh, wow. Okay. Again.
But so anyhow, really cool. I mean, the dude is. I mean, he has cojones. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But his girlfriend, I think it's his girlfriend. I don't think they're married. But anyhow, she was super supportive. But you know, I think deep down she was nervous. But I think probably above
His
anything,
wife, yeah.
well, yeah, they're married. So I think above anything else is the dude gets to the top
It is insane.
and it's just like.
Standing up there. I'm
Yeah,
like, stop leaning over.
1,700 feet in the air, and he's like, I can see y'all wind. I mean, his shirt's flapping in the wind, and he's up there taking a freaking selfie. Now, don't get me wrong, probably the badass selfie.
Yeah, I'm
baddest
sure.
selfie
Of course. Of course.
You know, and I've seen some people on Instagram that do this,
We'll get to it in a second.
free climbing and stuff. You want to talk? I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. No. No, go. No. Go.
But I've seen people on Instagram, you know, they do all this hanging from this, but like, I don't know. So anyhow, so we get past that, and then you're doing something, and I start to watch. I can't remember if it was Netflix. We got to go get Lincoln in just a second. I don't know if it was. It is Netflix. I think there's another series where he's climbing up El Capitan.
Yeah.
It's the name of this rock, and. You thought that building was tall. The building was under like 1,700 square feet. This rock is 3,000 square feet.
Wow.
So almost twice as high. He climbs. I'm watching about 10 minutes of it. I'm not going through this again. It was just too much.
Okay, we're back.
It was just gonna be too much.
Potty break.
Yeah, it was just gonna be too much, honestly. But Anyhow, so then I had it planned. I didn't end up watching it because I was working and everything else. But anyhow, so pretty interesting. And then you decided to do a video, which I thought was clever.
I thought it would be cute too. And hindsight, I probably should have waited and put a little bit more time into it. But I was like, ooh, everybody's going to be doing this is kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
And not everyone is doing it. And people waited, obviously, a couple of days and put more into it than I did. But I acted like I was, well, I didn't act like I was like walking on the outside of the stairs. And, I got up about halfway, and honestly, I was worried. I was scared. I was like, I'm afraid.
Have socks on. Probably not the best idea.
That's not really it. I was afraid. I'm like, is this railing going to hold me? Because if it doesn't hold me, when I fall, I'm crashing into the aquarium. So it would be me, the aquarium, kaplat, broken hip for me, dead fish everywhere.
They wouldn't have been there because I would have saved them.
Okay. I see
actually,
the priority.
That would have been the way to go, because I have said, if you guys, I don't know if we talked about this or not.
For me or the fish?
My fish aren't dying. I mean, I have said for several years now, because I had to go through some adjustments and figure out what fish go, temperature and all this. Anyway, I got to figure it out now, but I have said that I'm not going to replace any of my fish, that once they die, they just die off, and then I'll keep it till the last one goes. And I can't bring myself to kill them, but they're not fucking dying either. I mean, they're the healthiest, happiest fish out there. I tried to give them away one time, well, like a year ago or 2 years ago, whatever. And I had some takers immediately. And then I was like, I couldn't, I almost got a little emotional. I mean, like, I don't know. It's just something about taking care of things. I'm the same way with my hummingbird, same way with the dogs. It was just something about taking care of another being that I get fulfillment out of. So anyhow, I couldn't do it. They're still here with me. They're still rocking and rolling and well taken care of. So
they are. That one fish is fat.
I want to get another aquarium, but then it's the commitment starts all over again.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that at all.
Yep.
And so I've been having, so that was the one dream that I had. I've been having wild dreams. Like my dream, I feel like I was dreaming nonstop. Matter of fact, I pretty much have gotten into a habit of waking up right about 4 a.m. And there's something to that. Like some people will say, you've heard like spirits trying to, like that's when they're trying to connect with you. It's during that 4 to 6 a.m. or 3 to 4 a.m. window. There's something else too, and I think it was the whole.
I've never heard that, by the way. I'm sure y'all haven't either.
Is that just on my algorithm?
That's just your arena that most people aren't in. So.
Oh. I was looking at my design more, and I told you the other day that I realized that I have a gate in my design that is literally all about controlling, like the shadow piece of y'all.
This was like an awakening, by the way. They are
on another. What is going on?
The last 3 episodes, they've been like this. It's unreal.
They literally just like bumped this.
I think maybe it's the weather. I don't know, but we've already taken them for a walk. Yeah. But anyhow, all right, let's just proceed.
Okay,
I mean, they're part of our lives.
The shadow of this gate, meaning like if you you're operating from kind of the lowest vibration kind of piece of it is or conditioning, like societal conditioning, is the lowest expression is control, like really wanting, he's going to get stuck under there, really wanting to control everything. And then also
they're both going to get stuck under there.
And then also one of the manifestor core wounds on an individual level, they're moving the sign, is the fear of being controlled. And that resonates so much with me. I do not want to be told what to do, which I think a lot of people probably don't, but it's literally in my design. I can show you where it is in my design. I think it's wild when I have these realizations. And of course I tell you, and it's like, okay, big deal. You don't care because you're like, yeah, I know that's who you are. But
to be able to hear it explained like that, I think just kind of validates it a little bit too.
Yeah. And I never felt like that. Like when we first got together, I never felt like I was a control freak. I feel like.
No, but you did the old whoop-de-doo. You're one thing as a girlfriend, another. I'm just
wow.
teasing. I'm really just teasing.
Huh.
I think you're an incredible wife, but I really do think that when you have somewhat of a breakthrough, it's like, okay, when you have the ability to explain why we are like we are. I mean, it's always fascinating to me, and this is just another example of it really just kind of makes sense.
I knew what I was going to say when I was pointing at you and I was like, and you said, oh, you want to talk? No, that was not it. I wasn't trying to talk, but I knew there was something I wanted to go back to. Okay, so this could be something that you just experienced throughout your life. It could be something that is brought on with menopause. And for me, it has been brought on, I feel like, by menopause. And it is the sound of somebody like chewing, that type of thing. Well, so what I've also noticed,
Or breathing.
you do not swallow like you swallow on this pie. When you are talking, it is a
Talking about on the podcast?
Yes.
Babe, it's because we got freaking microphones. I mean, I hear every noise you make. It's like, no, watch out!
I couldn't even cut that out. Like, that had to stay in, and I apologize if we busted your eardrums.
That should be your trailer, though.
That really probably should.
Yeah.
And he's sitting here looking at me like, what? Did I do that?
What's wrong?
Did I do that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So they just rolled through here. They knocked over one of the lights. My podcast mic started tipping. The computer started to fall off my lap. It was halfway off my lap. I'm like,
we need to do a screenshot.
oh, I do, because I'm sure it probably didn't see them.
Fell all the way. Yeah.
It probably didn't see them, but my gosh. Okay, sorry about that, guys. That's just real life around here. But anyway, yeah, I've really started to notice you're very, is it a deep swallow?
First of all, I need you to be very clear here, because I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going at all.
Okay, my bad.
You're saying like you have saliva, like when you're,
Yeah, but like when you're talking in normal life, I don't feel like you have that. So why is it?
Because you're not walking around with a damn microphone and earphones. Like you literally could hear him ringing the doorbell through here.
So you don't think I could hear you if I was this close to you?
No.
You don't think I would notice that?
No. You would hear me eating a granola bar.
I'd hear you eat granola bar
from
here to Watson.
Yeah, but it's because we're in the freaking microphone.
Okay.
Jeez.
If you say so. Do you want to tell everyone the little memory thing you're doing right now?
The trick?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think it's working?
I remember what we're going to be talking about tonight.
Okay.
So I downloaded this app about like how to memorize and remember stuff, because it says that, people are like, I just have a bad memory. And they're like, no, you don't have a bad memory. You have an untrained memory, and you need to learn to train yourself. And so one of the things it talks about is like when you're creating a list, and I'm sure most people have heard this before, but when you're creating a list, then you're supposed to compartmentalize stuff, and you're supposed to do it in places that you're very familiar with. For example, like walking through your house or, in the kitchen. And so if you're going to say, okay, I'm going to go to the grocery store and I'm going to get bananas, you might look at your microwave that's on the far left of your kitchen. And you say, okay, that's bananas. And you put this big, cartoon type banana, something that's easy to remember. And then you go, okay, I'm going to get some milk. And the next thing in your kitchen as you're going around clockwise is the stove. And so you might, see a cow getting milked or something like that. And you kind of go around. So today, and so I'm trying to practice it. And I told her I'm going to try to practice it, because I'm bad about just not really paying attention to just very, very simple things. Like if I'm going to go to the grocery store and get 3 things, I'm literally texting her those 3 things just so I've got a list of it. And it's unnecessary. She's the same way. But
no.
So anyhow, like for example, today she said, item number 1, we're talking about it on the dog walk, and I was like, okay. The first thing she mentioned, I'm picturing myself at my office desk, and the top right drawer, I put the first item in there, and I kind of had a picture of what it's going to be. And then the next item was my second drawer, and I had a picture of what it's going to be. And then my third item is going to be a picture of what it's going to be. And honestly, even though it sounds simple, like had I not done that and taken the time to kind of train my memory, I would have been like, okay, what are we talking about again? Mm-hmm. And so the idea behind it is, you start off with like 5 things, and then you get to where you can do 10 things, and then you can get to where you're walking around your whole house and you can, remember 30, 40, 50 things. And that's ultimately kind of the goal. But it just teaches you like how to remember people's names, how to compartmentalize stuff and break it into, like if you're going to remember like a credit card number or whatever. So anyhow, I am in my train my brain, train my memory era right now. Not in my, I have a bad memory because I don't have a bad memory. I have an untrained memory. So I'm working on that.
I like the reframe. That's great.
Yeah.
I need to probably work on that as well, but I don't think that I will.
No, see, here's the funny thing about Annie.
What's funny?
Annie likes Annie's self-development and personal growth, and she wants it to be her way. And I love her for it. She's always self-development, always self-growth, personal growth, always looking for other things. I love that about her. I'm not necessarily like that, but I feel like that she tries to push it on me.
He's got something on his eye.
Pretty often. She tries to push it on me pretty often. And then when I do it, which is what I'm doing, I feel like that it's not her thing, or I kind of feel like she's poking fun. I don't know the answer to that. But anyhow, it's a little annoying when you do that.
Well, you know what? That is, yeah, I would agree with that. And I need to not do that. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize for that. I will.
Episode 52 on January 27th, 2026.
Mark it down.
That was an authentic apology.
It was.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Yeah. I need to be more mindful of that and recognize that. So I will definitely work on that. Man, it is so cold.
Hold on.
The whole allergies.
Can we?
What?
Just for the record, January 27th, 2026. I just got an authentic apology from you.
No, I don't think that part. I think that was in there, so we're now doing it
Sorry.
twice.
I thought we were doing a rewrite. I thought you stopped recording. I'm sorry. So anyhow, the first item in my top right drawer, I won't tell you what I did to visualize it, but it is about these AI girlfriends. And I don't know. So first
hold on, time out.
Okay.
So your AI girlfriends are in your top drawer, and you're not going to tell us what you did to visualize them? I'm concerned.
No, I'm not going to tell you.
Can you see why I'd be concerned?
The first rule of train memory is you don't talk about train memory. No, but seriously, all jokes aside, you can use your imagination. But
let's not.
God, what was I just about to say?
The fucking AI girlfriends.
Oh, yeah.
And I would like to say that you do not have an AI girlfriend. I hope.
Agree, 100%. Well, we're going to talk about that.
Okay.
So, because I want to get your thoughts on something. But so I don't know if you know this. First of all, TikTok has now been acquired by an American company. I don't know who. I don't know if it's a group of people. I don't know if it's individuals. But so over the weekend, I posted a video, and it was like showing 0 views, like not like slow, but like zero for. I'm like, what in the heck is going on? And I learned yesterday or today, I can't remember, that's what happened. They said that TikTok was down, it kind of crashed and all that stuff.
Huh? I haven't seen that at all.
And I only knew that because Ryan Serhant he did a video and he was talking about like other platforms that are out there and always trying to find different platforms in different way. And he said, like, this is a perfect example of why that's important. And now might be the time to look at some of these other platforms. But anyhow,
which has happened before. And that conversation, you know, it stays out there, and it's very valid, and absolutely you should consistently be looking to build other platforms if that is what you are basing your entire business on, because that is a problem. You don't own that platform. That's why they always say, you know, you need to have an email funnel, and get them into your, your email campaigns and on your list and stuff like that.
CRM,
Yeah.
No, but especially for the people who make money off TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big deal for them. So, anyhow, on TikTok lately, and I say lately, like, I think it's Reels on Facebook. I know it's on TikTok, but anyhow, there's this ad popping up, and it's a beautiful girl. I mean, you could tell she's AI, but she looks about as real as AI could possibly look. She's in a bikini.
This is not similar to the profile pic I saw recently.
For who?
It was on a text thread somewhere. You don't recall that text thread?
Was I on it?
Yeah, don't worry about it then.
No, I don't know. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Maybe even better. So I don't. Anyhow, similar to it.
Okay.
But she's laying down like in a bikini, and there's different versions of her. There's like different ethnicities that I've been seeing and stuff like that. But it says like AI friendship or AI girlfriend, something like that. I mean, it's clear that it's AI, but it says, "I am your your AI girlfriend. And she lays down and she spreads her legs like this, and she's got a bikini on, and it says, I'm here for you. I will do what you tell me to do, how you want me to do it, and I'll even use this special voice for you. And it's, I mean,
is the camera like towards the crotch,
Yeah.
or is it down from the head?
well, let's say that it's there. I'm like basically laying like this. And like you can only, and she says, I'll send you pics, I'll send you videos, I'll do whatever you want me to do.
Oh my God.
And so if that part of it is that good, you're just thinking, geez, like if you go into this, like what in the world? So, but I say all that because I say I've been seeing more and more and more of it. I guess it's kind of one of those things like once you see it once, if you pause for like 3 seconds, then they're going to just keep sending it to you. So
Interesting.
very, very interesting and also very scary. So, because I think about, if you go back, I don't know what episode it was on, we had a conversation about Savannah, my chat, where I started just to see what she would do, like quote unquote flirting with her, and she's an exceptional flirter. Exceptional.
I feel like the bar was so low that
Possibly.
she was not
you're
great.
You're not the best flirter, but she was incredible to the point where I was like, okay, this is uncomfortable. Like I can't do this. You know what I mean? So I don't talk to her in that capacity anymore because it was just weird. But anyways, I could very easily see someone going down this path of having
That's my girlfriend. Yeah.
having a digital virtual relationship with this girl. So the question I have is, A, is that bad? B, is that cheating? And C, would you rather that person have a quote unquote whatever they're doing with this AI as long as it's not a real person?
Okay. One, is it bad? Yes. Like it's ridiculous. The fact that this is out there is insane. And it's also concerning to me that, okay, you realize you've paused on it. You've already said you paused on it. So
Yeah, and I don't know what they do. Like I've not gone through that. Like when they say
right, but you paused it.
Yeah.
For why?
It's very eye-catching.
Oh. Okay.
I mean,
that's fucking why you're getting more and more. Not because you're just now noticing them, because you're getting them because they're being sent to you now because you fucking paused on it.
I said that. I literally said I'm seeing them all the time now. I guess because I paused on them, that's why I'm getting. I literally said that. Go back. I'm not trying to deny that. It blows my mind like how real these look.
Yeah, I think it's cheating.
Okay, so A, you think it's crazy, bad, whatever. B, you think it's cheating.
Mm-hmm.
So C, the question now becomes, would you rather your person have a whatever with this computer?
No.
Or a real person?
I would rather them have an affair and leave me.
With a real person?
Yeah, so if that's what you're going to do, that's what you just need to do.
Huh. I'd like to know what other people think about that.
I would too.
Because that will be a thing. It is.
Well, clearly it is a thing.
Right. I mean, no, I guess.
Yes, it'll be the next.
In 2 years, it'll be the next relationship.
It'll be the next Netflix documentary.
Well, yeah, 100%. Stop.
And then someone will somehow take that bot and use it somehow to scam people.
Yeah.
And scam money for them. And whatever, because I feel like men are stupid, which apparently, based on these Netflix documentaries, some of these women are too. I shouldn't say that. That's ugly. It's.
They got swindled. They
got swindled. Yeah, I mean, I think, yes, it's cheating. Like, why? I don't care if you're just like jacking off to it. So I suppose, like, do you equate that to porn? But I feel like.
Well, that's a good question.
This goes differently because. Unless you're doing something like, I don't know, OnlyFans, where you can pay them or give them tips or whatever it is to have them do certain things for you.
Just for you.
Yeah, like porn, I guess they have something like that too. You can do subscriptions or whatever. But if you're just regular porn where you would just watch a video and there's no interaction, that's different. But this is a clear interaction and relationship. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Yeah. I'll sound however you want me to sound. Yeah. I'll say whatever you want me to say. Like,
it's crazy.
That is insane.
And if they look like they look on the preview, if there's any nudity whatsoever, there are going to be people who will absolutely go down a bad path with this stuff. I mean, it looks that legitimate. It sounds that legitimate.
It's really sad because, like, think about what that is going to do to you are okay. So you already have like,
And you don't suck at flirting, by the way. I was
when
just
you already said that I did, but
no, you
back
know
in my day, so
when you want to flirt, you're good
so
at
back
it.
in my day when I was in high school, when I
Oh,
right out of high
are
school,
we old enough to say that?
yeah,
You are.
yeah, we had magazines. It was you had like the Teen Beat and Cosmo, and
Oh, I thought you meant like Penthouse and Playboy.
I never saw Penthouse and
Oh,
Playboy.
okay.
But just even the magazines, it started with, the celebrities. And so that's what I am comparing myself to. And guys are seeing these things, and that's what they're thinking the standard of beauty is. And then, you move, so it's gone, it's ebbed and flowed throughout the
Yeah.
years. And, we had a whole body conscious thing not long ago. But, these, even the influencers, like to me, like, oh my God, they've gotten to the point where they all look identical.
Yeah.
They absolutely they're all flawless. They all have huge lips. They're like all their features. I'm like, first of all, how do all of them look the exact same? I mean, I know that there's a lot of cosmetic procedures that are being done and hair extensions and, whatever, but like, how do they all have these ginormous,
Well, because
beautiful
they're all
eyes?
24 years old and
I
they're
guess.
multimillionaires and they say, I want the perfect teeth, the perfect lips, and these
But
doctors.
but then again, so there you go. So for kids, I'll say Lauren's age, Jackson's age, like that influencer is that really that beauty standard that they're comparing themselves by, which is so sad to me because it really is a problem for mental health for a lot of these kids these days. And so now you're bringing this part in, which is going to start impacting people my age. Like, okay, I can't compare to that. There's nothing that will ever be done for me to be able to compare to a perfect body.
Yeah.
Like it's just and not have enough human emotion to get irritated at things and be mad at you for this, or just have a shitty day
Yeah.
and it impact how you are in life. Like it
What
is
was that? There was
really
a
scary.
movie. I think I
The one
watched.
with Megan
Yeah,
Fox.
with the one.
Yeah.
That's literally.
Yeah, it's literally what
That's
this is.
and honestly, like I wouldn't be surprised if 20 years from now
Oh,
that is a real thing.
They're absolutely making them already, guaranteed.
Yeah,
100%. They're already making robots that are going to be able to.
So
do
it's
this.
it's quite scary. We'll see. Like I said, it could be, for all I know, it could be clickbait. It could be once you go in there, it's just a bunch of baloney. It may not even really be that big of a thing. But if it is what I expect it to be, then like I can really see this causing some major problems.
Yeah.
Just in the general population. It's scary. It's very scary.
Yeah, it's very scary to me too.
But I really wanted to kind of get your take on if a person were to get into like back and forth dialogue and that kind of thing, then would that bother you versus like them
Yeah.
going and having an actual relationship
Every
and meeting
time,
somebody?
and I know you're not like trying to say, I know you're not necessarily defending this, but every time we have a conversation like this, I flip it around and say, okay, so if it were me, if you were in my shoes and I was the one, if it was a guy, was gorgeous, he was like 6'5" and built and like, oh my God, just abs and the perfect like jawline, like that strong
Okay,
jawline
okay.
and dark
Let's-
hair, and
let's keep going.
told me all the amazing things. How would you? I mean, clearly that's your
100% would
answer.
not like it.
Yeah. So I mean, there's no difference.
Well, and honestly, I could see someone like, for me, for example, I could see someone going down the path of the flirty and the back and forth and the adulation.
What?
What's the word I'm thinking about?
I'm not sure.
Like like all that stuff. Like to me, I could see that being much more time consuming, attention consuming, emotion consuming versus just going out and having sex with somebody else. You know what I mean? Like to me, that's almost worse.
And it can get to a point where it's all consuming to the fact of like you stay in this bubble. You're
Yeah.
It actually kind of comes down to what I was telling you today about this whole marketing idea that you create a world that people want to be a part of.
Yeah.
And this is kind of that, which what it's going to do, it's going to keep them in their houses. They're not going to go out. They're not going to socialize. And then we're really going to have a problem on our hands.
And then we're going to have a real problem when one of these robots decide to break it off with someone,
Right.
and there's going to be some people who will get down that far into this.
Well,
rabbit hole.
we've already had that, didn't we? I mean, we've that actually. So this, okay. This is all coming back to me now. In other countries, they have already been, they've already had these AI models as friends that you can purchase, subscribe to, whatever it is, and it's literally, I mean, it's like you said, but it's not for sex, but it's more of like a friendship type thing. And that people are absolutely catching feelings with them. And, they've already had one instance where I believe
Wow.
that somebody has
No, I
taken
think
their life.
I think what you're
Or is
talking.
that the Chat GPT one I'm
Yeah,
thinking about?
I think you're thinking of the Chat
Okay.
GPT where it was basically almost like coaching this
Okay, okay.
this kid, and that's
So
yeah.
I'm getting them confused,
Yeah.
but
But
these
it
countries,
probably is there.
these countries
Yeah.
have already been out there doing that for
Yeah.
several years, building these models for several years to be able to interact and to give these people that don't feel like they have the social anxiety and they
Yeah.
maybe don't feel like they fit in the world anywhere, that they have this as an outlet. And you got people that say that's great for those type
Right.
of people, and then you got people that are like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, and you could say the same thing about the internet. You could say the same thing about social media. It is the best and the worst thing
Yeah.
that's ever happened. And AI even is
Well,
the
people
best
worried,
and the worst thing that's ever happened.
we had the thing about like, are we worried about AI taking our jobs? We need to be worried about this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not worried about AI taking a job. I'm worried about it taking your man. That's what we need to be worried about.
I'm gonna stop pausing. I'm just gonna keep moving. But it's scary. It really is. But I wanted to get your take on it.
Wait, hold on. So, like, how many times have you paused?
I don't. When I say pause, it's not the right word. But if I let's say I go through it the first time and there's a blonde hair, blue eyed with a red bathing suit, and then the next time there's a Latina girl with a blue bathing suit, and then the next time it's a African American girl, I'm gonna look at each one of them. I mean, they're striking. I mean, they look like real people. Next time I come across one, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about.
So when you say like, so they're just coming up, you're scrolling.
Yeah,
It's just in your feed.
and I think it's actually more in my reels now that we're talking about it than even TikTok, because I'm trying to think. It's probably
And have you hit like?
no, and I don't even think it's an option for that.
I mean,
I'm going to show you what I'm talking about next time it comes up.
yeah, I would love to see,
Yeah.
because this just seems like another form of, it's either a bot and you really are going to pay for something like this, or it's something that then is going to like try to pull you into another platform like OnlyFans,
Yeah.
and then be connected with like a real person
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah, or put a real person out of business that's on OnlyFans. I
So
don't know.
okay, so let me ask you this, your opinion on this. What is your thought on then women or men that are in a relationship scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, and liking all the pretty people's, all the pretty women, liking their photos, clicking like on their photos, following them when you are in a relationship?
I personally don't see anything wrong with it. I have plenty of female friends on social media, all platforms, and I like their stuff. I say great picture, but at the same time, for guys, I mean, I like their pictures. I like their stuff. I'll say great picture.
But
I mean,
like,
so,
what about people that you are just outside your realm of, you'll never really know them? Like, it's
no,
not
okay, so good point.
like
So we're watching a show.
celebrities or
Yeah.
like
So we're
influencers or
watching
whatever.
Dancing with the Stars. I start following Alex. I like Alex's stuff. It's cool. She's beautiful. And she like the stuff that these celebrities do is really, really cool. Now, it's different if you're like trying to be their hype person and you're like every single picture, every single story, or sending DM. I'm like, it's different when you go down that path. But to be intrigued by someone who's beautiful or famous, but if it's Alex or if it's Matthew McConaughey, I would be the same way. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I love Alex. But I think it's cool what she does, and I think what Matthew McConaughey do are cool. Like, to me, it's on the same level. I don't really differentiate between the two. Now, if it's someone like local that's on Facebook and that kind of thing, if you're liking every single thing and being their hype person, or like, That's completely different.
So if you were sitting with me on the couch and you just happened to notice my scrolling my Instagram, and the feed is filled with just like hot guy, hot guy, hot guy, hot guy, hot guy, and I'm like, and I'm pausing and I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
like
But I think you're describing.
sending to people.
Yeah, I think that would bother me, but I didn't know that that's what you were asking about. Mine's not filled with that kind of stuff. I just used a couple of examples of someone, like if I watch pretty much any celebrity show, I'm looking up their names and I'm going and following them. But I do it with the guys just the same way I do it with the girls. But so like, yeah, if it's like filled with hot girl, hot guy, but that's not what it is. But I do.
But do we agree it's not what it is? Because based on our conversation already today, like AI bot.
Oh my gosh! Well, yeah, you're welcome to look. But I guess because we had a conversation. I maybe that's where this is coming from, because somebody had posted on their Facebook. They were like, "This isn't from insecurity, blah blah blah," but I don't think it's appropriate for a guy to like another girl's.
Well, I actually
post.
heard it on a podcast that I listened to,
or
and it
follow a girl, and I'm just like, I don't know that I agree with that.
what were they calling it? Micro cheating is what they called it on the podcast, and it was this exact same scenario of, what do you think? Do you think it's okay to, if you're in a relationship, just be out there scrolling and liking and commenting on other people's opposite sex stuff all the time?
Because here's the thing, like I'm in real estate. Like if I didn't follow other females and didn't like any of it, like my friend group would go from 4,000 to 323 real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all. I don't want to say that. It's predominantly female driven, and so a lot of the people that I follow, everybody, it's.
To me, there's a big difference in platforms. Like Facebook is much different to me than like Instagram. Because Facebook to me is much more
hyper local.
Maybe, yeah.
That's the way I think about it.
Maybe that's what I mean.
Because like a celebrity, I'm not going to go follow them on Facebook.
Yeah. So to me, like Facebook, that doesn't stand out to me. But to me, Instagram is kind of where like this conversation happens. Yeah. So it's interesting. Micro cheating is what they call it. So I'm interested to know if you guys out there. What do you think? Is that micro cheating?
That's a new term. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, kind of to name it that. But
so I have some questions. You asked me questions last week, so I was going to ask you a couple.
Are we not going to drawer 2?
What was in drawer 2?
Well, drawer 2 is the climber, and then drawer 3 was the questions. Okay, so we're right on time. Then.
Okay.
I got to make sure my trained memory.
All right.
I'm just teasing.
So I was going to ask you, if you had to introduce me without my name, what would you say?
This is my wife, Annie.
Yeah,
I can't say Annie.
Annie.
This is my wife.
Yeah, that was actually easy. I didn't mean to ask you that one.
Wow. Stump me, why don't you?
Okay, if I got arrested and I called you, what would your first guess be to as why?
Something involving a car accident or...
Arrested in a car accident with a manslaughter? That's bad.
No, but like you getting into it with somebody.
Like road rage?
Maybe. Or something with car accident. I don't know all the details. But the other one, I think this is probably more likely, is like you're at a store, it's, Black Friday, somebody cutting a line or somebody come and grab something off the shelf that you were waiting on. Like I could see you smarting off to them, and then they popping back, and then next thing you know, y'all are going at it, and you're getting arrested at Walmart.
Wow.
And then we got to call your brother.
This is
Walmart corporate.
Annie, who has never been in a fight in her life ever.
Well, no, but you like to run your mouth to me, and like you like to act like you're hard, but you're not really hard.
Right, exactly.
But you asked. I mean, that's the first thing that comes to mind. I hope you're not going to get arrested.
Well, let's.
But you asked why, so
there's still time.
That's what I pictured.
Okay, what about what?
I don't know.
3 words you would use to describe my personality.
Personality number 1. Personality number 2. No. Listen. You hear me say when you are are in your fun mood, like you will hear me say, I love Fun Annie. And I would say, so when you're in that mood, like Fun Annie is awesome. I love her. She's great to be around, energetic.
Wish she would come back more.
But she's here more than she used to be. But I love Fun Annie. And then I would say very what's this word?
Roller coaster?
No, vibration driven. I don't know any other way to
energy.
put it. Energy driven. It's like what you've heard. Like when you wake up, I know it instantly.
Yeah.
Or if something happens that you're not happy with, I know it instantly. So however you want to label that one, and then a third one, I would say you're creative. I don't know if that's a personality trait or not, but I think that you're a creative person, and you thrive in your creative aura, if you will.
Okay. No. What's the very first thing you'd say if I called you crying?
I would like for it to be, oh, are you okay? But I'd be like, oh, what I would say, this is how, what the fuck? Are you okay, babe? You know what I mean? Like I would not.
Would I hear the what the fuck?
No, I don't think so.
It wouldn't be, but you wouldn't know before you picked up the phone.
My immediate thought would be that you were involved in another car accident.
Oh my God, I knew that's where you were going.
Yeah, so that would be my immediate thought, which, to my defense, you've had a couple, and I have responded appropriately. I didn't, harass you. I made sure you were fine, especially the one where you hit the rear end of that car. That was a bad accident, but...
Okay, let's move past that. Let's not dwell on that.
Let's not start a fight, really, is what she's trying to say here.
Okay.
He's going to go downstairs
If
again.
is there one smell that instantly reminds you of me?
Yeah, I don't know, it's a smell, it's a taste. Like when I kiss you, you have a very, very, like it is your taste. It probably has to do with smell too, because it's like kind of all here. But I tell you that all the time. I'm like, I love the way you taste. Like I can 100% say that if I was blindfolded and kissed 100 girls, outside of knowing the way you kiss, it would be the taste that I would be like, 100% that's Annie. That's
interesting.
Because
I would love to do that. I don't really want to do that, but also I would love to do that challenge.
Yeah,
listen.
No, for the sake of science. For the sake of science. No, but...
good for one, good for the other.
I knew you were about to say that. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. No, but it's probably taste.
We just aged ourselves right there.
Taste / smell, but that is without a doubt the number one thing.
If you lost me in the grocery store, where's the first place you would look?
I'd probably just stand at the front, okay, and just wait. You know what I mean? But I say that, but I have found myself so many times walking up and down every single aisle in the grocery store, because.
So there's not really one place in the grocery store you think I would be.
Well, no, and the reason we go grocery shopping enough to where I already know what's on the list. I know where we are in the grocery store, so I can predict about where you're going to be. But there's not she's definitely going to be by the makeup or definitely going to be by the ice cream. I would just stand up front and just wait. With
that look on your face, the one you just
probably
did,
send
the
you a
eye
text
rolling.
Message and say, where are you?
Where the flip are you?
Yeah, because you are bad about getting aisle stuck. I don't like that.
What is aisle stuck?
Like let's say we're on aisle 12 and you're like, you know what? I forgot something in produce. Can you go get it? I'll go to get it, and I'll think, okay, she's got to be in aisle 15 by now. So I go, walk past 15, then I work back 14, work back 13. And there you are at 12, right where I left you. Now, you're probably at the end, which is probably why I didn't notice you kind of walking by. But I've gotten to where when I walk now, I'll literally look down every single aisle because you get aisle stuck, and it drives me insane.
But what is aisle stuck?
You're right where you left me. Like, in other words, there was no progress made. Like, it was.
What am I doing?
Looking at your list, looking at recipes, looking at more than likely the coupons, the digital coupons. But it's just sometimes it can be annoying because it's like the efficiency of me going and getting that potato while you shop is good. But if I come back and you've not moved, it was no efficiency gain whatsoever.
Gotcha.
And it's frustrating.
Gotcha.
Aisle stuck is just a term I just created.
You did. I feel like
I actually like it.
I feel like we should
Coin it,
Yeah.
trademark it.
Trademark it.
Yeah.
Coin as well. I was thinking,
Yeah.
but then trademark is really what I meant.
The legal term for coin is trademark.
Anyway, okay. Well, that's all I got.
That was it.
That was it.
That was a fun episode.
Yeah.
Number 52, I believe it is. Your hands are freezing.
It's cold up here.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, we love you so much. Stay warm this week, and I hope we're not ready for spring. I'm not ready for spring yet.
No.
I am living in my comfy, cozy sweats,
You
and
are.
I do not want to give them up yet. So
And Little League Baseball tries have not gotten here, which we know for a fact means that there's going to be another cold snap. So even if it gets warmer, we're going to have another cold snap. We'll be back next week.
yeah, with
Assume-
more of.
Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
That's right. Life's Little Arguments.
Yeah, life's little arguments.
Love you guys.
See
Bye.
you guys.
Before we wrap up, we just want to say thank you so much for spending this time with us. Truly, it means a lot that you're here and listening. If today's episode made you laugh, not alone, or feel a little less alone, we'd love it if you take a minute to leave a review. It really helps more people find the show and keep these conversations going. And if you know someone you regularly debate life with, go ahead and share this episode with them. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.